School buses. You may come upon a school bus that is stopped and flashing yellow lights. This is a warning for you to prepare to stop because children are preparing to leave the bus. When you come upon a school bus stopped on either side of the road with flashing red lights, you must stop. The flashing red lights are located at the top front and top back of the bus. School children will be crossing the road to or from the school bus. Remain stopped as long as the red lights are flashing. The driver of a vehicle upon a divided highway or multiple lane highway need not stop upon meeting or passing a school bus that is upon the other roadway. For the purposes of this subdivision, a multiple lane highway is any highway that has 2 or more lanes of travel in each direction. Buses and streetcars do not drive through a safety zone, which is a space set aside for pedestrians and marked by raised buttons or markers on the roadway. When passengers are entering or exiting a bus or streetcar and there isn't a designated safety zone, you should stop your vehicle behind them and allow all passengers to reach a safe place before you proceed. Light rail vehicles, trolleys. Although everyone must follow the same traffic laws, trolleys require exceptional handling ability because of their size. Here are some specific steps you can take to safely share the road with trolleys. Be aware of where trolleys operate. Never turn in front of an approaching trolley. Be aware that buildings, trees, etc., cause blind spots for the trolley operator. Maintain a safe distance from the trolleys before you turn across the tracks. Complete your turn only if a signal, if installed, indicates you may proceed. Note: trolleys can preempt traffic signals, so do not proceed forward until the signal light indicates you may. Emergency vehicles. Always be on the lookout for emergency vehicles, especially at intersections. Do not play your radio so loudly that you are unable to hear sirens. Whenever a police car, fire engine, ambulance, or other emergency vehicle approaches using a siren, lights or other warning devices, you must yield the right of way. Drive at once to the right side of the road and stop until the vehicle has passed. On a 4-lane highway with at least 2 lanes proceeding in the same direction as the approaching vehicle, proceed with due caution. Yield the right of way by making a lane change into a lane not adjacent to that of the emergency vehicle. If changing lanes is not possible or unsafe, proceed with due caution and reduce the speed of the vehicle. The move over law requires that a motorist move to the left and slow down when approaching a police officer with a stopped vehicle. The scene could involve a traffic violator pulled over by police, a crash, or a vehicle breakdown. This law mainly targets freeways and other multi-lane highways, but it also applies to city streets where a driver is expected to slow down and move to the left. Following emergency vehicles. The driver of a vehicle, other than one on official business, shall not follow any fire apparatus traveling in response to a fire closer than 500 feet, or drive into or park their vehicle within the block where the fire apparatus has stopped to answer a fire alarm. When a police vehicle with flashing lights and giving audible signal approaches, a driver shall move to the right. The driver shall maintain a distance of at least 300 feet behind any police vehicle in an emergency. Funerals. Drivers must yield the right of way to any vehicle that is part of a funeral procession being led by a funeral escort vehicle flashing a red or blue light. Slow-moving vehicles. Some vehicles have trouble keeping up with the speed of traffic. Look for these vehicles and adjust your speed before you reach them. Farm tractors, animal-drawn carts, and road maintenance vehicles usually travel 25 miles per hour or less. Slow-moving vehicles may have an orange triangle on the back. Watch for large trucks and small underpowered cars because on long or steep hills they lose speed. When entering traffic, they take longer to get up to speed. Animal-drawn vehicles. Horse-drawn vehicles and riders of horses or other animals are entitled to share the road with you. It is a traffic offense to scare horses or stampede livestock. Slow down or stop, if necessary, and when requested to do so by the riders or herders. Motorcycles. Motorcyclists have the same rights and responsibilities on public roadways as automobile drivers. While everyone must follow the same traffic laws, motorcyclists face unusual dangers because they are hard to see, and the motorcycle requires exceptional handling ability. Many motorcycles are operated with the headlight on, even during daylight hours, to increase their visibility. If you ride a motorcycle, make sure to wear protective clothing at all times, including a helmet. Arizona law requires operators and passengers under 18 to wear a safely secured helmet. It could save your life. Here are a few specific actions you should take to share the road safely with motorcyclists. When changing lanes or entering a major thoroughfare. In addition to using your mirrors, make a visual check for motorcycles. Motorcycles are small, and this allows them to tuck easily into the blind spots of other vehicles. Allow a 4-second following distance for motorcyclists. 4 seconds will allow you time to avoid hitting the motorcyclist if he or she should fall. Motorcycles are entitled to the same full lane width as all other vehicles. Although it is not illegal for motorcycles to share lanes, it is unsafe. When preparing to make a turn, make sure you check for motorcyclists and know their speed before turning. Road conditions that are minor annoyances to you can pose major hazards to motorcyclists. Potholes, gravel, wet or slippery surfaces, pavement seams, railroad crossings, and grooved pavement can cause motorcyclists to change speed or direction suddenly. If you are aware of the effect of these conditions and drive with care and attention, you can help reduce motorcycle collisions, injuries, and fatalities.